So now the clock will continue running with 4:10 left in the third. And the Comets getting set to kick it away back to Watson Chapel. As this was a close game going into halftime as the Comets were up 7-0, but now the Comets, it's been all Mills here in the third quarter. It's a low kick and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Another illegal procedure kick against the Comets, and here comes the Mills defense led by a future Razorback, Charlie Collins. A dominant third quarter here for the Mills Comets, fellas.
Yes, I apologize, folks, as it looks like we lost our stream there for a few minutes. But we are back, of course, as you can tell. But, yeah, you missed the touchdown. I apologize. We'll click that replay up later on social media. But, yeah, I don't know. I think somebody got mad, shut our internet off or something on there.
The previous touchdown for the Comets was an Achilles Ringo pass to Javion Love, and J Love was wide open down the middle in the end zone.
When you explosive like the Mills Comets is, the internet exploded. It makes stuff crash.
Now 1st and 10 for Watson Chapel at their own 40. We're going to hand it off down the left side to Camarion Hobbs, and Hobbs is going to gain only a yard on the play, 2nd down. Clock will continue to roll here with 2:35 left in the third.
Cameron Hobbs on the carry up to the 41.
And a dominant third quarter here for your Mills Comets. So they were coming into the second half only leading 7-0, the lowest scoring first half for the Comets this season. And they bounced back, scoring on every single offensive drive here in the third quarter.
Yes, sir. This is the Mills Comets that we used to seeing right here.
Yes, sir.
High-powered.
Gonna hand it off up the middle once again to, I believe, Hobbs. Gonna gain only 1 yard on the play, 3rd down. Correction, that was McIrvin Bagby on the carry for the Wildcats. So 3rd down and 8 for Watson Chapel.
So the sportsmanship rule is in effect for the rest of this one. Clock will run the rest of the way. So, hey, we might get home at a decent time tonight, you guys.
Yay.
Well, a couple of us will. Trip, you got a little longer drive than us.
An hour 45 drive to Heber Springs.
See how committed this man is to Mills football?
I don't say it often, but I love my job. Now 3rd down and 8 for Watson Chapel. And a flag is down. It'll be delay of game. So Watson Chapel will lose 5 yards. 3rd down and 13. If my math is correct, I don't know.
You did go to Heber Springs.
I ain't gonna lie, your mouth been off all season.
To be fair, I have dyscalculia, so I can. It's okay.
Why did we move back to 3rd and 8?
I guess they waived off the penalty.
No penalty. They changed the
Okay,
line.
so 3rd and 8 instead. Don't you talk about Heber Springs like that, Steve. 3rd down and 8. They try to run the give and go, and he finds his man. That's Demarion Kai on the reception.
Hey, it was a pass.
The pass is complete, but get this, D-Rob, he's not a receiver. He's marked down as both a quarterback and a defensive end.
That's a big quarterback.
And he is a big dude, too. And he gets the 1st down for Watson Chapel. And it looks like that will be the final play of the third quarter as the clock will run out. And that'll do it for the third quarter of plays. Your Comets with an explosive third quarter leading 35-0 here in Watson Chapel at Wildcat Stadium. And we'll be right back with more on the Mills Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
there's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families.
We welcome you back to Wildcats Stadium here on the campus of Watson Chapel High School. It's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats here to start the fourth quarter. We'll give it up the middle to Hunter. It gets some decent yardage on the play. Correction, that is not Hunter, that is McIrvin Bagby on the carry. Gain of about 7 yards for Watson Chapel, second down. A quick score update here from Northeast Arkansas, as my alma mater, the Heber Springs Panthers, absolutely dominate the Jonesboro Westside Warriors 42-8. It's the first win for the Panthers under head coach Van Pascal. So congratulations to my alma mater, Heber Springs.
Congratulations.
So second down and 4 for Watson Chapel. They're going to run the give and go here down the left side, and looks like he's going to get some open room there. That's Jalen Hobbs on the reception, and we got a man down here for Mills.
I think it's Mr. Ian Streeter.
I believe you're right, D-Rob, as he is slow to get up. Looks like it's a lower body, possibly a cramp. He is still down on the Watson Chapel sidelines. Looks like it may be a cramp here. Getting helped out by a couple of the coaching staff, and he's trying to go back up there on the field for the Comets. It looks like they'll let him stay out there. He's going to keep playing. So Ian Streeter, oh, never mind. It looks like he's just going to go right through his teammates.
He was trying to get back out there.
Well, you know, technically they never stop the clock. I know it's a running clock, but they stop it for injuries, and they didn't. They just let it roll.
They let it keep going. So Ian Streeter is going to be looked at on the
He fell back down.
Mill sideline. Is it?
Like a hip issue, maybe.
Well, yeah. Hopefully it's just a cramp, and he should be okay. So now first down and 10 for Watson Chapel. They're going to give to Hobbs once again. Correction, that's Bagby on the carry. Watson Chapel, some good runs here on this drive to open up the fourth quarter. That'll bring up second down. Second down at about 3 for Watson Chapel.
Hey, listen, I'll say this. If the production has been a little iffy tonight, I do apologize. This is not my thing. I need to be behind this headset at all times. This is not me.
The quick give and go to the left side to Camarion Hobbs, and Hobbs will get the first down into the red zone for the Wildcats.
This is what I felt like the Watson Chapel Wildcats needed all night. Look, quick stuff like that. Look, confidence throws for your young sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I think they're finding something maybe a little bit here, too. I like this. I mean, obviously you're late in the game. Maybe Mills has taken their foot off the gas just a little bit here, but I do like it. They're able to block it up a little better, and obviously it's moving them down the field.
So now a fresh set of downs here for Watson Chapel, 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Rayford takes the snap, going to throw to his end zone, but he way overthrew his receivers. It was intended for Tyler Williams, the 6'3" linebacker.
Hey, real quick, a score update. They've got a wild one going over in Benton at Everett Field. In the third, Benton leads Catholic. They just scored to take a 42-35 lead.
Oh, my.
It's a shootout over there. So now second down and 10 for Watson Chapel at the Mills 16-yard line. Running clock here in the fourth quarter at 8:05 and counting. Now Rayford is going to hand it off again to Bagby. And Bagby is going to cut to his left side. He's going to be pulled down there by Chauncey Haynes at about the 6 or 7 yard line.
Down to the 7.
Mr. Bagby not going down easily. I like that good hard-nosed running.
So 3rd down and 1. About the 8-yard line. Make that the 7-yard line.
Robinson has beaten Morrilton 35-0. That ball game's over.
So 3rd and short situation here for Watson Chapel in the red zone, and now the Comets are going to burn their 2nd timeout of the half.
This will be Wheels timeout.
Coach has got to talk it over this defense.
They'll give us some time to talk about who's here on our broadcast. I'm Trip Keeter alongside my broadcast partner, Darius Robinson. Our producer and engineer tonight is Steve Henson. On our high camera is Jay Couples, and our sideline camera tonight is Cameron Couples.
Hey, we're letting Cameron get a little extra experience down there on the sidelines, and we hope by our next home game that he's going to be roaming up and down the sidelines. We've got him a nice little monopod set up, so he's going to be able to just roam right up and down our sidelines. We're looking forward to some of the angles we're going to be able to get from him at field side when we get back home again.
Speaking of home games, we're back home next week at Exit 3 as the Whitehall Bulldogs come to town.
That should be a good one for sure next week as we come back to Exit 3 Dixon Road. So now 3rd down and short here as Rayford's going to keep it himself inside the 5, but he's going to be wrapped up by the Comets as that was Miles Castor on the stop.
Got a hold. It's coming back.
And you are correct, Steve. As that was a good play there by Malachi Rayford, but unfortunately he's coming back.
And he got a cramp too.
As Rayford has been playing basically every single position tonight for the Wildcats on both offense and defense as a sophomore.
Being a sophomore and doing the things he did tonight, that kid has a bright future. He missed a door at everything. Like I said, he's been a kick returner tonight. You've seen him at corner, of course, playing quarterback. Like Washington Chapel, they have a star in the making.
So that penalty will set the Wildcats back to 3rd down and 11. As Rayford is still being helped out there down near the sideline, and after a quick stretch, it looks like he's going to come back into the huddle. Instead, he's going to go down to the sideline, and they're going to bring on another quarterback. As I believe that's going to be Brandon Dykus at quarterback, subbing in for Rayford. Instead at quarterback, that'll be Demarion Kai, the quarterback and defensive end. So Dye hands it off to Bagby. Bagby up the middle, and it's only going to be a short gain on the play. It'll bring up 4th down in the red zone for Watson Chapel. And I expect them to go for it here, D-Rob, because why not?
You've done it all game, so why not stop?
It's a big moment too. If you're Mills here with this kind of game, this kind of rivalry, to be able to hold them to a goose egg will make you feel real good.
Yes, sir. We almost had a goose egg last week. Also, we talked to Coach Hicks. He was like our coach of the game, and like he wanted that goose egg last week, but they gave up a kick return last week. So we hopefully he get the goose egg tonight.
So 4th down and 9 here for the Wildcats. With Demarion Kai, the backup quarterback, and Watson Chapel will lose 5 more yards on the delay of game penalty. So now 4th and 14. Got to get to the 6-yard line to get the first down. So the clock will continue to roll with 3:50 and counting.
Boy, another penalty.
And another flag. This time it'll be false start against the Wildcats. So now it's 4th down and really long here for Watson Chapel.
Since they're goal to not have to snap it again, just keep getting penalties until the last 3:20 runs off the clock.
3:20 and counting. 4th down and long. Demarion Kai at quarterback. He's going to drop back and look to his left. He's going to have to throw it, and that ball is picked off. Intercepted by the Comets.
It may be coming back because person foul.
Oh, my gosh, they're roughing the passer.
Mills will take over.
Nope. Mills will not take over, Mr. PA announcer.
On the play, roughing the passer.
That was a good play there, good effort there by KJ Ferguson.
Automatic first down.
Okay, now I'm going to need an explanation from someone that's a smarter official than I, but last I checked, there's no such thing as an automatic first down at the high school level.
So it looks like it will be a first down.
Yeah, our White Hat announced first down.
And now Malachi Rayford is back on the field for Watson Chapel at quarterback.
But interestingly enough, if you look at the spot, it's 1st and 11. And maybe that's what the conversation is here. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty certain that there is no automatic first down at the high school level.
The down marker put back the 4.
Yeah, it should still be 4th down and 11. And I think that's what Coach is talking about on the sideline right now. I think they got in his ear. But I don't believe there's not an automatic first down at the high school level.
It should just be 4th down and
11.
Yeah.
You know, I got to get my buddy Jim Ashley does all the score keeping for Maumelle High School, and he's an official for a long time. And he came in and kind of kept us straight in basketball officiating when we first started doing basketball broadcasts. And he's the one that alerted me to this. I learned a lot, but yeah, this should still be a 4th down.
So roughing the passer penalty will still stand. And the White Hat once again signals it's first down. So it will be 1st and 10 for Watson Chapel at the 12-yard line. So the clock was stopped at 1:58. And they'll give it to Bagby, and he loses the football, and who's got it? As both teams try to fall on top of the ball, it will be Mills football. So I guess it didn't matter if it was first down or not because the Comets recover the fumble.
That's how you put your hat on the football right there.
And it looks like that might just do it here for the game. And now a flag comes flying long after the fumble was recovered. And there was nobody near that official, so I'm not quite sure why he threw a flag.
I feel like we've got to the point here where I can just keep the penalty flag icon up on our scoreboard for the last minute 10 that just continues to run over here because we're not stopping the clock. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
The clock will continue to roll. Under a minute to go now after that mystery penalty. Here's the White Hat with the signal. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Comets somehow. I didn't see anything. Maybe the official heard something and that caused him to throw a flag, but like I said, there was just nobody near him. Now the Comets will come out in victory formation as there's only 20 seconds remaining and only about 3 seconds between the game clock and play clock, and they're going to run it up the middle this time. It's going to be stopped in the backfield, and it looks like that will just about do it, as your Comets are now 2-0 here in conference play after a shutout victory 35-0 over the Watson Chapel Wildcats.
Yes, sir. Our first goose egg of the season, our first shutout.
And a great second half performance, a great bounce back performance offensively for the Comets. And your Comets are, as I said, 2-0 in conference play, keeping the undefeated streak alive.
Yes, sir. It was a very ugly first half from the Mills Comets. And like I said, this game is about adjustments also. So Cortez Lee made great adjustments. Him and his coach staff, Coach Hicks, Coach Bo, all them guys made great adjustments for the Mills Comets. We've seen that high explosive offense that we wanted to see. So it was great adjustments.
Now the question of the night I have for both of you, D-Rob and Steve, who are y'all's players of the game here for Mills tonight?
Ooh, boy, I'm going to leave that to you. My brain's been everywhere over here. Trip, I got to give you all the credit in the world, the fact that you did play-by-play in this. My head hurts right now. I'm not even going to lie. Between that, 2 headsets, trying to talk to these camera guys, I'm a little flustered. But, the defense played phenomenally. I mean, for what the offense kind of lacked in the first half, the defense picked it up. Charlie Collins obviously had a huge game. He'd be the easy player of the game if he doesn't get that fumble that he took back to the house. Called back, but yeah, maybe the officials' arms for their flags that they threw, that could be a game player of the game, but defense played really well tonight.
Oh, I think we might have to go. We might have to go Coach Hicks again, man. Coach Hicks 2 weeks in a row. Great defensive call. One thing about this team right here, although it's a great offense, you got a great defense to complement you in each and every way. So shout out to Coach Hicks getting a shutout this week. I know he wanted one last week, but he finally got one this week versus a good rivalry. So shout out to Coach Hicks and the defense.
And to repeat what Coach Hicks said last week, we might as well give the players of the game to the entire defensive unit, as several times this game, the Watson Chapel offense was in the red zone and in first and goal, second and goal territory, but every single time the Comets defense stopped them from scoring. The Watson Chapel offense was unable to score the entire game, especially with the low scoring first half and how much of a struggle it was for both teams in the first half. So a great job there by the Comets defense tonight.
Yeah, and Trip, you go back to that very first drive of the game for Watson Chapel. They're driving to score. Fourth down, one-handed interception kind of changes the complexion of what could have been in that first half, especially with as slow as the offense started. You could have potentially been tied or maybe down 8-7 at the half if they can convert a 2-point conversion after a touchdown there. But the defense stood up, made a great play there down deep in the red zone, and got the ball back, and it was history from there.
Yeah, that was the first time us seeing the Mills Comets offense react like that or even playing like that. But looking forward to next week, they have a tough opponent come in, the Whitehall Bulldogs. You against a team like Whitehall, you cannot start off so like that. So I look to Coach Lee and staff making adjustments, looking at film, watching film, and getting prepared for this next week coming up, whereas the Whitehall Bulldogs coming to visit Exit 3.
And like you said, D-Rob, we're looking forward to that game next week as the Comets are back on Dixon Road at Comets Stadium hosting the Whitehall Bulldogs next Friday night. Continuing conference play, your Comets are 2-0 here in the – what are you smiling about?
all I'm going to say is I just got a message for the Whitehall Bulldogs. It's not personal. It's just business.
It's just business. So that'll do it for us here on the Mills Sports Network. We thank you for joining us. We can't wait to see you all next week as the Mills Comets host the Whitehall Bulldogs. And your Comets continue their win streak tonight, a 35-0 victory over the Watson Chapel Wildcats. As your Comets are 4-0 on the year, 2-0 in conference play, and we look to continue that win streak next week against the Whitehall Bulldogs. So for Cameron Couples, for Jake Couples, for Darius Robinson and Steve Henson, this is Trip Keeter saying good night from Pine Bluff and Woo Pig. Let's beat the crap out of BYU tomorrow.